What if the secret to a powerful, fulfilling life isn't about having more, but about caring less? For too long, we've been told to chase endless positivity, to avoid pain, and to constantly strive for more. But what if that path is actually leading us astray? Today, we're diving into powerful ideas that flip conventional wisdom on its head, revealing how embracing discomfort, letting go, and redefining success can unlock a life of true purpose. First idea: the philosophy of not giving a damn. Let's start with a radical idea: the philosophy of not giving a damn. No, this isn't about apathy. It's about understanding a profound truth. Your energy and attention are finite. Think of it like this. Every morning, you wake up with a limited number of golden coins in your pocket. Each coin represents your interest, your care, your precious attention. Throughout your day, the world constantly demands these coins from you. Your job, your family, the news, social media, your desires, even your fears. They all want a piece of your precious currency. But here's the critical paradox. If you hand out a coin to everything that asks, you'll end up utterly bankrupt. You'll have nothing left for the things that truly matter to you. This is where the philosophy of selective caring comes in. It's not about caring for nothing. It's about choosing what you care about. For example, that harsh comment on social media, or your favorite TV show getting canceled? Are they truly worth one of your valuable golden coins? Probably not. But your health, your family, your passion projects, those are the things that deserve your investment. Life is a roller coaster of ups and downs. If you keep throwing your coins at every minor annoyance, you'll constantly be reactive, exhausted, and deeply unhappy. However, when you become precise, even ruthless, about where your coins go, you seize control. You focus on what empowers you, what builds you up, rather than what tears you down. This isn't about being cold. It's about being incredibly strong and intentional with your choices. It takes courage to say, "This is not worth my worry." Remember, these coins are yours. You decide their destination. Embrace this perspective, and you'll find life becomes simpler, clearer, and far more focused. You'll have boundless energy for what you love, and small annoyances will simply bounce off you. It's how you navigate life's chaos, reserving your most valuable currency for what truly deserves it. Second idea: embracing negative experiences. Life isn't a smooth, predictable path. It's a chaotic roller coaster. There are exhilarating highs, but also inevitable, sometimes brutal, lows. But what if those tough times, those harsh experiences, weren't just obstacles? What if they were actually essential parts of your journey, necessary for you to truly grow, learn, and become stronger? Often, our first instinct when something bad happens is to push it away, numb it, or drown it in distractions. But imagine if instead you faced those difficult moments head-on, with courage. This isn't about seeking out pain. It's about recognizing the profound value hidden within tough moments. When you experience a setback, like failing at something you poured your heart into, the pain is real. Yet, nestled within that pain is a crucial lesson, perhaps in resilience or a new path you hadn't considered. It might even ignite a deeper drive, clarifying just how much you truly want something. This applies beyond big events. Even small annoyances, like bumper-to-bumper traffic or a difficult conversation, offer a chance to practice patience and understanding. Now, this isn't about glorifying suffering or minimizing tragedy. Real pain deserves empathy, but for everyday struggles, setbacks, and frustrations, there's always a silver lining. They are part of being alive, shaping you in ways comfort or effortless success never could. By embracing difficult times, you're essentially saying yes to life in its entirety. You become more adaptable, more resilient. And here's the paradox. Those negative experiences might stop affecting you with the same crushing power. Think of it like weights in the gym. Every struggle is resistance, and when you face it head-on, you become just a little bit stronger. Third idea, you are not exceptional. Now, prepare yourself for a hard truth. You are not exceptional. In a world of over 7 billion people, the chances of you being the most unique, the most successful, or the greatest at everything are frankly astronomically slim. This isn't meant to diminish your unique qualities or your potential for great achievements, but it's about the crushing pressure and unrealistic expectations that come with believing you must be the best. From childhood, we're bombarded with messages that we can be anything, that we're unique, destined for greatness. While well-intentioned, this narrative can backfire, implanting the idea that being ordinary is a failure. But what if being ordinary, in many aspects, was actually a profound good? What if, instead of relentlessly striving for a peak only a tiny fraction can reach, you found deep satisfaction in your everyday life? This isn't about abandoning your goals or slacking off. It's about redefining success in personal, meaningful ways, beyond just flashy appearances. Admitting you're not the center of the universe, that you're not divinely destined for greatness just by existing, can be incredibly liberating. It lifts an immense burden. It allows you to live more fully, appreciating small victories and simple joys, valuing hard work and genuine growth over the hollow pursuit of appearing extraordinary. And here's a powerful bonus. It connects you to others. Realizing everyone faces their own struggles and ordinary days fosters empathy and understanding. We're all in this together, doing our best with the hand we're dealt. So, while it's not a glamorous message, embracing your ordinariness can lead to a more authentic, satisfying life. Life's true value isn't measured by how unique you are, but by how you live each ordinary day with intention, kindness, and authenticity. But wait, the next idea will challenge you to find profound meaning in something most people desperately avoid. Fourth idea, the value of suffering. Suffering. It's the one thing we instinctively try to avoid. It's painful, uncomfortable, and utterly unenjoyable. But what if there's profound value hidden within those difficult moments? What if the struggles and challenges you face are, in fact, absolutely essential for a meaningful life. Think back to a time you truly suffered for something you cared deeply about. Perhaps the late nights for a passion project, the grueling workouts for a fitness goal, or even the heartbreak that taught you about resilience. That suffering had a purpose, didn't it? It led to growth, learning, and achievements that felt deeply rewarding. Here's the thing: suffering itself isn't inherently good or bad. It's neutral. What gives it value is the reason behind it, a meaning you attach to it. When you suffer for your core values, your loved ones, or your deepest dreams, it transforms into a powerful, pivotal experience. But suffering without purpose? That's just plain pain. It's the torment you endure when you worry about trivial matters or chase superficial goals that don't align with who you are. This kind of suffering leads nowhere but to more suffering. So this isn't about masochism. It's about realizing suffering is inevitable. What truly matters is the reason behind it. It's about choosing your struggle, choosing what's worth suffering for, then facing those challenges head on. See suffering through this lens, and it fundamentally changes how you approach life's obstacles. You begin to see them as opportunities to build resilience, to learn, and to deepen your understanding of what truly matters. It's a powerful shift from avoiding suffering to engaging with it purposefully. And that can make all the difference in living a fulfilling life. Fifth idea: taking responsibility. Taking responsibility is a truly powerful concept. It means owning your life, the good, the bad, and everything in between. It's the understanding that your choices, your actions, and your interactions profoundly shape your reality. This isn't to say that everything that happens to you is your fault. Life is often random, unfair, and throws challenges you simply cannot control. But here's the game-changing insight. Even when you can't control a situation, you absolutely can control your reaction to it. Imagine someone rear-ends your car. It wasn't your fault. You didn't cause it. Yet, you have a choice. Let anger consume your day, or calmly handle the situation, deal with the logistics, and move forward. The accident wasn't your fault, but how you handle it is entirely your responsibility. Taking responsibility means ending the blame game. It's so easy to point fingers, make excuses, and declare, "I can't be happy because of this or that." But that mindset leaves you stuck, powerless, a victim. When you choose responsibility, you instantly regain control. You ask, "Okay, this is the situation. What can I do about it?" It's a shift from being reactive to being proactively empowered. It also extends to your feelings and well-being. No one else can make you happy or fulfilled. Those are internal journeys. It's your responsibility to forge a life aligned with your values, to challenge your own boundaries, and to pursue what brings you genuine joy and meaning. This isn't about unrealistic expectations or self-punishment. It's an ongoing process that empowers you to design your own path. Ultimately, taking responsibility is liberating. It frees you from feeling trapped. It allows you to take genuine charge of your life, breaking free from victimhood and waiting for external fixes. It's the moment you realize you possess more power than you ever imagined. And with that power, the ability to impact your life in profound ways. But what if the very thing that frightens you most, uncertainty, is actually the key to your greatest growth? Stay with me. Sixth idea: uncertainty as a foundation for growth. Uncertainty. It can feel like walking down a foggy road, unable to see what's around the next bend. But here's the profound twist. That very uncertainty, that not knowing, is the fertile soil where your greatest growth happens. It's where you truly learn, where you're pushed to adapt, and where you unearth strengths you never knew you possessed. Think back to any time you learned something genuinely new. Maybe your first day at a new job, or trying a hobby for the first time. It was uncomfortable, wasn't it? You didn't know what to expect. You made mistakes. You had to learn on the fly. But as you navigated that uncertain path, you grew, gaining skills, confidence, and knowledge you would never have found within your comfort zone. Staying in the familiar and certain is comfortable, but it's also incredibly limiting. It's like living in a small circle of light, knowing everything within it, but missing an entire world hidden in the shadows. Stepping into uncertainty is how you expand that circle. It's not easy, and it's not supposed to be. But it's where life becomes richer, deeper, and truly vibrant. Embracing uncertainty means accepting that you don't need to know everything. It's about cultivating curiosity, asking questions, and being open to countless possibilities. It means learning to be comfortable with discomfort, recognizing it as a sure sign of growth and change. And crucially, it means letting go of the need for absolute control. Life is inherently unpredictable. Trying to control every variable is as futile and exhausting as trying to hold water. Instead, focus on what you can control: your efforts, your attitude, and your actions. This gives you a powerful sense of agency, even amidst chaos. So while it can be frightening, uncertainty is also incredibly valuable. It's where you are tested and where you discover the most about yourself and the world. Failure is the way forward. The word itself conjures up images of loss, pain, and things not working out. But here's a radical reframe. Failure isn't a roadblock. It's a crucial stepping stone. It's not a step backward, but an integral part of moving forward. When you try something and it doesn't work, the frustration is real. Yet, that failure is a golden opportunity for monumental growth. Through failure, you learn, you improve, and you gain the intelligence needed to try again with a far better strategy. It's natural to feel discouraged, but within that discouragement lies a goldmine of information. Every single failure is a lesson in disguise. It shows you exactly what doesn't work, pushing you to explore different approaches. Think of a scientist in a lab. Every failed experiment is a vital clue to what might work next. Failure is also undeniable proof that you're pushing your boundaries, venturing into uncharted territory. If you're never failing, there's a good chance you're playing it too safe, sticking only to what you already know. But growth, true growth, doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens out in the unknown, where you're challenged and tested. Facing failure also forges your character, teaching you resilience, humility, and unwavering determination. It's easy to be confident when things are going smoothly, but handling failure with grace, resolve, and the wisdom gained from experience is the true mark of strength. It also separates your self-worth from any single outcome. Just because something didn't work out, it doesn't mean you are a failure. It means you're brave enough to take risks and pursue your goals, knowing that not every attempt will be a perfect success. So, while it feels counterintuitive, failure is the way forward. It's an irreplaceable part of any meaningful journey, be it personal, professional, or creative. Embrace failure as a natural, necessary part of the process, and you'll unlock doors to learning, innovation, and ultimately, your greatest successes. Next. But there's one tiny word, often overlooked, that holds immense power to transform your life and protect your most valuable asset. Stick around to discover what it is. Eighth idea, the importance of saying no. Saying no can feel incredibly tough. It's a small word, but it carries immense weight. We often worry about disappointing others, missing out, or appearing rude. But here's the unvarnished truth. Saying no is absolutely crucial. It's how you establish your boundaries, fiercely protect your precious time, and stay authentically true to your deepest priorities. Every single time you say yes to something, you are, whether you realize it or not, saying no to something else. There's a finite amount of time in your day. When you fill it with obligations that drain you, there's simply less space, less energy for the things that truly matter. So you must be selective. Say no to what doesn't align with your values or what doesn't bring you genuine joy or fulfillment. It's also a powerful act of self-respect for your personal limits. You are human, not a limitless machine. You need rest, you have personal interests, and you have people who matter profoundly in your life. Saying no honors these vital needs, ensuring you don't succumb to burnout. And here's another secret. When you say no to things that aren't a good fit, you actively create space for better opportunities. Think of it like decluttering your closet. You must let go of old, ill-fitting items to make room for new, better ones. The same applies to the opportunities in your life. Saying no also teaches others to respect your boundaries. When you're clear about what you can and cannot take on, people learn to value your time and your interests. It might feel uncomfortable initially, but over time, it leads to healthier, more respectful relationships. How do you do it without guilt? It's all in the delivery. Be clear, be kind, and be direct. No lengthy explanations needed. A simple, "Sorry, I can't commit to that right now," or "Thanks for thinking of me, but I have to decline," is enough. Ultimately, saying no is a profound form of self-care. It's not about being selfish. It's about ensuring you are taking care of yourself so you can show up fully for the people and passions that truly deserve your best. It's a small word, but an incredibly powerful tool for sculpting a life that feels authentic and right for you. Ninth idea, rejecting the hedonic treadmill. Have you ever felt like you're constantly chasing happiness, only to have it slip through your fingers the moment you catch it? That's the hedonic treadmill, a relentless cycle where you adapt to positive changes, quickly returning to a baseline level of desire. You get that raise, buy that new car, feel a burst of joy. Then soon you're back to wanting more. It's a never-ending race. This treadmill is insidious because it convinces you that the next big thing, the next achievement, the next purchase is the key to lasting happiness. But once you get it, the excitement fades and you're off again, chasing another carrot on a stick you can never quite grasp. Breaking this cycle demands a radical shift in focus. Instead of endlessly striving for more money, more possessions, more accolades, it's about deeply appreciating what you already have. It's about finding profound joy in the small, everyday things, recognizing that happiness isn't about owning the best things, but about making the best of everything you have. Crucially, happiness isn't a fixed destination. It's a mosaic of moments and conscious choices, woven from the quality of your relationships, the passions you pursue, and how you genuinely engage with the world. Rejecting this treadmill also means accepting that happiness isn't constant. Life has its inevitable ebbs and flows. Accepting sadness, frustration, and disappointment as inherent parts of the human experience is vital. These aren't feelings to be avoided at all costs. They are profound teachers that help you grow and make the truly happy times even more precious. So instead of perpetually running after the next big thing, this idea urges you to stop the race. Slow down. Be utterly present in this moment and find deep contentment in the life you're living right now. It's not always easy, but it's the only sustainable path to a truly fulfilling existence. But what if the very thing we fear most, our own mortality, is actually the greatest tool for living a vibrant, meaningful life? You'll want to hear this. 10th idea: death as a catalyst for life. Death. It's the topic we instinctively avoid, pushing it to the back of our minds. But here's the crucial twist. The stark awareness of your own mortality can be the single most powerful motivator to live a more vibrant, meaningful life. Knowing your time is limited ignites an undeniable spark within you, forcing you to brutally evaluate what's truly important and compelling you to act. It's incredibly easy to get lost in daily minutiae, in trivial worries and fleeting distractions. But when you lift your head and truly contemplate the bigger picture, those insignificant things instantly lose their power. Thinking about death forces a laser focus on your core values and the legacy you wish to leave. It prompts profound questions. What do I want to be remembered for? What impact do I truly want to make? These aren't terrifying questions. They are lanterns illuminating your path, helping you live in fierce alignment with your deepest values. The awareness of death also brilliantly illuminates the present moment. It encourages you to live more fully now, to appreciate the people you love while they are still here, and to stop postponing the things that matter. The goal isn't to live in constant urgency or fear, but with powerful intentionality, to understand that each day is a finite gift, differentiating blame and responsibility. Let's untangle two crucial concepts that often get confused: blame and responsibility. Blame is about who is at fault for a situation. Responsibility, however, is about taking charge regardless of who caused the problem, or even if no one did. Imagine a violent storm damages your house. It's not your fault. You certainly didn't conjure the storm, but you could waste precious energy blaming the weather, but that changes absolutely nothing. Taking responsibility means actively taking steps to improve your situation. This principle extends to all of life. Bad things happen unexpectedly. They're not always fair, and they aren't always your fault. But you always have a choice in how you respond. You can stay stuck, endlessly blaming others or external circumstances, or you can take fierce responsibility for how you move forward. Taking responsibility is profoundly empowering. It immediately puts you in the driver's seat of your own life. It's not about accepting fault. It's about seizing control. You realize that even if you can't control what happens to you, you can control your reaction and your next steps. Sometimes that means solving the problem. Sometimes it means seeking help, or simply coming to terms with a difficult situation. What truly matters is that you are an active participant in your own life, not just passively letting things happen to you. It's a difficult but incredibly liberating shift. It's saying, okay, this happened. It's not my fault. But what can I do right now to move forward? But what if the very act of limiting your choices is actually the secret to unlocking true freedom and profound achievement? The next idea will reveal this paradox. 12th idea: the importance of commitment. Commitment. It often sounds like a heavy, restrictive word. But in a surprising paradox, commitment is actually about profound freedom. When you commit to something, you are consciously choosing to focus your invaluable energy and time on what truly matters most to you. It's about saying a definitive no to 1,000 other possibilities. and a powerful yes to one singular path, one relationship, or one compelling goal. Here's the stark reality. When you're uncommitted, you're scattered. A little bit here, a little bit there, never fully present anywhere. It's like trying to catch every rabbit in the field at once. In the end, you'll catch none. Commitment is the inverse. It's choosing your rabbit and then pursuing it with every fiber of your being. Commitment isn't easy. It demands tough decisions, sometimes forcing you to pass on good opportunities for the great one. It means sticking with something long after the initial excitement has faded. When you're staring down the barrel of hard, unglamorous work. But that, my friend, is precisely where the magic happens. That's where true growth, mastery, and lasting success reside. When you commit, you grant yourself the chance to become genuinely excellent at something, to build something truly meaningful, to forge deep, unbreakable connections. Whether it's a career, a craft, an idea, or a relationship, commitment allows you to dive deep, to move beyond superficiality, and explore the rich, complex depths beneath. It's also an act of profound self-trust, trusting yourself to choose a path and stick with it. Trusting the often slow process, and trusting that the rewards of staying the course are worth every ounce of effort. It's about giving yourself the expansive space to flourish in one concentrated area, to nurture something extraordinary and watch it grow. It's a fundamental ingredient for a fulfilling life, providing unparalleled direction, purpose, and a deep sense of accomplishment. It's how you truly make the most of your finite time and talents, directing them precisely where they can create the biggest, most meaningful impact. Are you stuck waiting for the perfect moment or for motivation to magically strike before you take action? This is where the powerful do something principle comes in. Don't wait until you feel motivated to do something. Instead, do something to feel motivated. So often, we paralyze ourselves, believing we need to feel inspired or confident before starting a task or pursuing a goal. But waiting for that elusive right feeling leads only to endless waiting and shockingly little doing. The do something principle flips this on its head, declaring, just start the work. The feeling will absolutely follow. Even the smallest initial step can kickstart an unstoppable chain reaction. Action begets inspiration, which fuels more action, creating a virtuous cycle. Think of pushing a stalled car. The hardest part is getting it to budge, but once it starts rolling, it becomes significantly easier to keep it moving. This principle applies to everything, from clearing clutter to tackling a monumental project. Don't feel like washing the dishes? Just wash one. You'll often find it becomes surprisingly easier to finish the entire task once you've simply begun. This is all about momentum. Every small action, every tiny step adds up, propelling you closer to your goal. It's the difference between merely dreaming of writing a book and actually sitting down to write one page every single day. The do something principle is your key to taking control of your own motivation, actively creating it yourself. It's action as the ultimate cure for inertia. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because that moment is always, unequivocally, right now. But what if one pervasive mindset is secretly sabotaging your ambition and leading you to endless disappointment? Rejecting entitlement. Rejecting entitlement means letting go of the insidious idea that you deserve something simply because you exist. It's a powerful mindset shift that proclaims success, love, and respect are not given. They are earned. When you operate from a place of entitlement, you passively wait for the world to deliver what you believe you're owed. It's like sitting at an empty dinner table, expecting a feast to appear without ever lifting a finger to prepare it. This entitled way of thinking leads nowhere productive, only to deep disappointment and gnawing bitterness when things inevitably don't go your way. Moving away from entitlement means rolling up your sleeves and getting to work. It's the fundamental understanding that if you truly want something, you must go out and actively make it happen. It's about grit, consistent effort, and decisive action. It's also about profound humility. It's acknowledging that you are not the center of the universe, that everyone faces difficulties, and that the world truly owes you nothing. This doesn't diminish your importance or value. It simply means your worth isn't contingent on what you have or what you get, but on what you do and how you treat others. Rejecting entitlement brings an immense sense of empowerment. It puts you firmly in the driver's seat of your own life. It's the liberating recognition that your life is your responsibility, and you possess the power to shape it through your daily choices and actions. So this idea implores you to stop waiting for opportunities, to move away from seeking handouts or favors. Instead, start building the life you want, brick by intentional brick. It's about earning your place and feeling deep, undeniable pride in the relentless effort you pour into your dreams. 15th idea: the importance of boundaries. The importance of boundaries boils down to a fundamental truth: knowing where you end and others begin. Think of it like a fence around your property, clearly defining your space. In life, boundaries serve the same purpose. They declare what you're willing to accept and, crucially, what you are absolutely not willing to tolerate. Having clear boundaries means you understand what you will and won't put up with from others. It's like setting the ground rules for how people can interact with you. This isn't just important, it's vital. It protects your peace, prevents people from taking advantage, and allows you to maintain your invaluable self-respect. Boundaries aren't solely about saying no. They're also about powerfully saying yes to the right things. They help you carve out sacred space for what truly matters to you. They're about knowing your limits and steadfastly refusing to let anyone or anything diminish your worth. Ironically, setting boundaries is also a way of reframing our values. Reframing our values means taking a brutally honest look at what you hold dear and perhaps consciously choosing new things to care about. It's like decluttering your mental closet, deciding which beliefs you truly wear and which are just taking up valuable space. We all possess values, even if we rarely articulate them. They're the unspoken rules we live by, the things we instinctively believe are important. But sometimes we cling to values that no longer serve us, values that actually make us unhappy, like the relentless need for everyone to like us, or the exhausting pursuit of perfection. Reframing your values means asking, are these things really worth my finite time and energy? It's about deliberately choosing values that genuinely enhance your life. Qualities like honesty, kindness, integrity, or hard work. It's about choosing values that make you feel authentically good about yourself, not just about what you possess. This isn't a one-and-done process. It's a continuous journey of self-discovery as you grow and change. Think of it as regularly checking your internal compass on a long expedition, ensuring you're still heading in the right direction. By consciously choosing better values, you set yourself on an undeniable path to genuine happiness. You'll stop frantically chasing things that don't matter, and instead, you'll live fiercely for what truly does. And when you make that shift, you'll naturally start caring less about the trivial distractions, focusing intensely on the bigger picture that makes your life profoundly meaningful. 17th idea, the dangers of success. We often chase success with single-minded devotion, convinced it will solve all our problems. But here's a rarely discussed truth. Success itself carries unexpected dangers. It's like finally reaching the summit of a towering mountain, only to find yourself utterly alone, or realizing the view isn't as thrilling as you'd imagined. While hard work is vital, success often brings a new, relentless set of challenges. You might grapple with the constant pressure to maintain your success, fearing the loss of what you've gained, or feeling compelled to constantly outdo your last achievement. Success can also subtly warp how others perceive and treat you. Friends might become envious or distant, making it incredibly difficult to discern who's genuinely there for you and who's merely drawn to your achievements. Another profound danger is becoming so utterly consumed by success that it becomes your sole focus. It's like getting stuck in a game where only the score matters, forgetting to actually enjoy playing the game itself. You risk missing out on vital parts of life, cherished time with family, pursuing simple joys, or moments of pure, unadulterated fun. Success isn't inherently bad, but it's crucial to remember it's not a magical cure-all. It's just one facet of a rich life. The real challenge lies in finding balance, remembering that who you are is infinitely more important than what you achieve. It's about deeply savoring the journey, not merely rushing towards some mythical finish line. But what if the very act of avoiding your fears is actually making them stronger? The next idea will reveal a powerful law you might be unknowingly living by. 18th idea, Manson's law of avoidance. Let's talk about Manson's law of avoidance, a hidden force that might be controlling your life. It's like that growing pile of dirty dishes in your sink. The more you walk past them, pretending not to see them, the worse they get, and the more you dread tackling them. This law states, the more something scares us or makes us uncomfortable, the more we instinctively try to avoid it. But here's the critical problem. The more you avoid something, the scarier, bigger, and more bothersome it inevitably becomes. It's a snowball rolling downhill, gathering size and speed, becoming terrifyingly enormous in your mind. Take, for instance, a fear of talking to new people. The more you avoid social interactions, the scarier the idea becomes. Your mind conjures every worst-case scenario, making it seem safer and more comfortable to simply not try. But here's the powerful shift. When you finally, bravely face the very thing you've been avoiding, you'll almost always find it's like finally cleaning those dishes, only to realize it took 10 minutes and was far less dreadful than your mind made it out to be. Manson's law is a potent reminder that avoidance fuels fear, making it grow exponentially. But when you confront what you fear, you almost always discover it's far less frightening than the monstrous narratives you've built in your head. It's about refusing to let fear dictate your life and realizing you're capable of handling far more than you think. 19th idea, choosing your suffering. Every single pet, be it a dog, a cat, or a lizard, will require care and at times will undoubtedly be a burden. But you choose the animal whose particular problems you don't mind, walking the dog or cleaning the litter box. In life, everything genuinely worthwhile will, by its very nature, involve difficulty. To become a great musician demands countless hours of practice, even when inspiration wanes. To build a strong relationship means navigating disagreements and enduring tough times. Choosing your suffering means asking yourself a piercing question. What suffering am I truly willing to endure? It's about accepting that good things in life invariably come with challenges, and you are consciously okay with that trade-off. It's not about avoiding difficult things. It's about deliberately choosing the difficult things that align with what matters most to you. It's a powerful declaration. Yes, this is hard, but it is profoundly worth it because it leads me directly to something I deeply desire. And speaking of death, what if the ultimate reminder of our finite time is actually the strongest motivation you'll ever have to live your best life? 20th idea, death as an effective motivator. While the thought of death often evokes sadness or discomfort, it holds an astonishing power. It's one of the most effective motivators for living a truly extraordinary life. Think of your phone when its battery is critically low. You stop endlessly scrolling and you prioritize getting the most important tasks done, right? When you remember that your life won't last forever, it's an urgent alarm bell. jarring you awake. It pushes you to confront, am I genuinely living the life I want? This powerful contemplation instantly trivializes minor annoyances. A hurtful comment, a missed bus, making them seem insignificant. Imagine life as a grand, vibrant party. Knowing it will eventually end makes you want to dance with wild abandon. Tell your friends you love them and savor every single moment. It's about extracting the absolute most from the finite time you have. So, contemplating the end isn't about fear. It's about igniting an intense inner drive to build the life you truly desire. It's a powerful reminder to fiercely care about what truly matters and to effortlessly let go of the small worries. It's like looking at a map and saying, this journey won't last forever, so I'd better make it an unforgettable one. 21st idea, the backwards law. Prepare for an incredibly intriguing idea. It posits that the more you desperately chase something, be it happiness, success, or even peace, the more it seems to elude you. It's like trying to open a stubborn pickle jar when you're starving. The more frantically you twist, the more your hand slips, and the lid remains defiantly shut. This law suggests that the most effective way to attain what you desire is to stop intensely chasing it. Think about the pickle jar again. When you stop obsessing, take a deep breath and relax your grip. It often opens with surprising ease. Or perhaps when you stop trying so hard to impress someone, they suddenly find you effortlessly captivating. The backwards law is about profound relaxation, about releasing your white-knuckled obsession over what you want. It's about genuinely being okay with your current situation, even if it's far from perfect. It's a quiet declaration. I am content right here, right now. I don't need to be frantically striving to get somewhere else. When you adopt this mindset, your stress levels plummet, and paradoxically, things often begin to fall into place exactly as you wished. Life, it seems, has a wicked sense of humor. When you stop caring too much, it frequently hands you what you wanted all along. But what if your limited perspective is keeping you from understanding the most crucial truths about every challenge you face? The next idea will unlock the bigger picture. 22nd idea, the importance of context. This next idea is fundamental to understanding everything. The importance of context. It's the realization that nothing happens in a vacuum. Every event, every person, every situation has a background, a history, a why, and that context is profoundly important. Think about watching a movie. You can't just isolate one scene and expect to fully grasp the entire story. You need to know what happened before, the characters' backstories, and their motivations. In life, it's exactly the same. Imagine you get aggressively cut off in traffic. Your immediate thought might be, what an absolute jerk. But what if you knew that driver was rushing a loved one to the emergency room? That single piece of context completely changes your perspective, doesn't it? That's the power of the bigger picture. Context also highlights how different environments and times dictate your actions and what you should care about. Being loud and boisterous is perfect for a party, but entirely inappropriate for a library. This idea urges you to consistently look beyond what's immediately in front of you, to actively seek out the broader narrative. Context empowers you to make better decisions and understand complex situations far beyond simple black and white judgments. Life is saturated with gray areas, and context is your invaluable compass for navigating them with wisdom and empathy. 23rd idea, pleasure versus happiness. There's a widespread, dangerous confusion between fleeting pleasure and genuine, lasting happiness. They are fundamentally not the same thing. Feeling good is like devouring your favorite ice cream or binge-watching a captivating show. It's enjoyable in the moment, a nice sensation, but it's inherently temporary. You're chasing a brief, fleeting burst of joy. That's pleasure. Happiness, however, is something far more profound and enduring. It's not about quick fixes. It's about playing the long game. True happiness is feeling deeply good about your life as a whole, not just isolated moments. It blossoms from overcoming significant challenges, from the profound satisfaction of knowing you've grown as a person, and from building truly meaningful things like deep relationships or valuable skills. Here's the counterintuitive trick. Sometimes what truly makes you happy doesn't feel. It might be hard, even unpleasant, while you're doing it. But afterward, you feel incredible. Why? Because you did something deeply beneficial for yourself. Something that contributes to your long-term well-being and happiness. So when you're constantly chasing those immediate, dopamine-fueled pleasures, you might be inadvertently missing out on what could genuinely make you happy. It's like reaching for candy when you're truly hungry. It temporarily satiates, but it doesn't nourish you. Understanding this crucial difference empowers you to make choices that lead to authentic, profound happiness, not just temporary sensations. It's about playing the long game and meticulously focusing on what adds real, enduring value to your life. But how do you truly measure growth, character, and success beyond age? The next idea reveals the ultimate metric you should be judging yourself by. 24th idea, maturity as a metric. Maturity, it's a word we casually toss around. But what does it truly signify? It's far more than just getting older or accumulating responsibilities. True maturity is fundamentally about how you navigate the inevitable challenges life throws your way. Think about it. Life will deliver tough moments. That's a non-negotiable certainty. Maturity is your response when things inevitably don't go your way. Do you immediately resort to blaming everyone else, clinging to anger and resentment? Or do you take a deep breath, dissect what happened, and extract the invaluable lessons hidden within? That process, the learning and the growing, that is maturity. Maturity also involves the profound wisdom of discerning what you can control and what you absolutely cannot. There's zero point in raging against something you can't change, like a sudden downpour. Mature individuals channel their energy into what they can influence, their actions, their efforts, and their attitudes. Furthermore, maturity demands taking fierce responsibility for your mistakes. No one is flawless. We all stumble. But do you rationalize your slip-ups? Or do you own them, apologize sincerely if needed, and commit to being better next time? That is the mature path. Finally, mature people understand they don't know everything. They remain open to new ideas, willing to change their minds, constantly asking questions, and genuinely listening, never ashamed to admit when they're wrong. So, maturity is an invisible, yet incredibly powerful gauge. It measures your approach to life, your capacity for growth, and how you genuinely treat yourself and others. It's not about your age, it's entirely about your attitude and your wisdom. 25th idea: rejecting black and white thinking. Life is rarely, if ever, black and white. It's not simply about heroes and villains, or absolute success and total failure, or unyielding right and wrong. Reality is infinitely more complex, nuanced, and colorful than that. When we stubbornly insist on seeing things as only either or, we inevitably miss out on so much richness. Consider people, for instance. No one is entirely good or entirely bad. We are all an intricate mosaic of both. We do our best. Sometimes we succeed brilliantly, and sometimes we mess up spectacularly. The same applies to experiences. That job you didn't get, or that relationship that ended. Initially, it might feel like an utter, devastating loss. But with closer inspection, you'll almost always uncover invaluable lessons and surprising new opportunities hidden within those very setbacks. By clinging to rigid black and white thinking, you make life unnecessarily. It's like wearing blinders, missing the magnificent full picture. The true richness of life lies in its subtle shades and intricate details. Just as a captivating photograph derives its depth and beauty not just from its highlights, but from the complex contrasts and gradients of color that give it depth and beauty. It's excellent to possess strong beliefs and values, but being too rigid can become a perilous trap. It can blind you to other perspectives, stifle your learning, and prevent your own growth. Being open to life's nuances doesn't mean you're indecisive or lacking conviction. Instead, it signals that you are strong and confident enough to genuinely consider different viewpoints and adapt when necessary. So ditch those limiting black and white glasses and start perceiving the world in all its magnificent, vibrant colors. It might not always be easy, but it is undeniably more realistic, more profound, and infinitely more interesting. But what if your relentless pursuit of perfection is actually stopping you from living your most authentic, powerful life? The next idea will set you free. 26th idea: accepting imperfection. Let's confront a universal truth: imperfections. They are everywhere. In you, in me, in everything we create and experience. And here's the critical insight. That is not a flaw. It is simply the fundamental nature of life. Chasing perfection is like trying to catch the wind. It's an utterly futile, exhausting endeavor. And that, paradoxically, is perfectly normal. When you scroll through your social feeds, witnessing curated, perfect lives, remember, they are not real. Those are fleeting, highly edited moments. Behind every flawless picture lies a messy, unpredictable, and often very hard reality you don't see. Your own life is filled with imperfections, but whose isn't? These very imperfections make you unique. They tell your story. They are the unique threads in your personal tapestry. When you make mistakes, and you will make mistakes, you learn, you adapt, you grow. If you were truly perfect, life would be incredibly soul-crushingly boring. Mistakes add spice. They present challenges to overcome, and they furnish you with rich stories to tell. Accepting imperfections doesn't mean you stop striving for improvement. It means you embrace being gloriously, authentically human. You are real, and you understand that sometimes you'll triumph, and other times you'll stumble. And crucially, that is absolutely okay. It's about doing your absolute best, not about being the best. Give yourself grace. Laugh at the inevitable missteps. Learn from every slip-up, and relentlessly keep moving forward. At the end of your days, it won't be about having a flawless, sterile story. It will be about having a real one. And that story is infinitely more compelling and meaningful. 27th idea, challenging the cult of exceptionalism. There's a pervasive, almost suffocating idea permeating our culture. To possess value, you must be exceptional, the absolute best, above everyone else. It's a relentless, unspoken race where everyone is desperately striving to be the most unique, the most successful, the most anything. And if you're not at the very apex, well, then you're simply deemed not good enough. But here's the harsh truth. That is an incredibly difficult, unsustainable way to live. If everyone is pressured to be a superstar, the vast majority of people will inevitably feel deeply inadequate because, let's be honest, we cannot all be the richest, the smartest, or the most famous. Most of us are and will remain ordinary people, living ordinary lives. And you know what? That is perfectly, profoundly wonderful. Real life isn't a Hollywood movie where every single day is an epic adventure. For most of us, life's true essence resides in the small, often overlooked moments. A genuine laugh with friends, a cozy evening at home, or the quiet satisfaction of a job well done. These may not generate headlines, but they are the bedrock of a life worth living. A life worth fiercely celebrating. When you're perpetually chasing the elusive ideal of exceptionalism, you inadvertently miss out on so much genuine goodness. You're constantly staring at a distant horizon instead of being fully present where you are. But the real magic, the deep fulfillment, lies in the everyday acts of kindness, in being a loyal friend, a loving family member, a helpful neighbor. You might not receive awards for these, but they are precisely what make your life immeasurably richer. Perhaps it's time to finally let go of this crushing pressure to be exceptional and simply embrace the magnificent reality of being yourself. You possess your own unique blend of talents, qualities, and yes, even imperfections. And that distinct blend is already profoundly unique. So instead of constantly reaching for distant stars, don't forget to immerse yourself in and enjoy the breathtaking view from exactly where you are right now. Because that view, my friend, is already pretty amazing. But what if your life's compass is currently pointed in the wrong direction, leading you away from true fulfillment? The final idea will help you recalibrate your path. 28th idea, the role of values in decision-making. Let's zoom in on the countless choices you make every single day. From the trivial, what to eat for breakfast, to the monumental life decisions. But have you ever paused to consciously consider what truly guides these choices? It's your values, the fundamental things you inherently believe are important. Think of your values as an internal compass, guiding you through the intricate terrain of life, helping you instinctively discern which direction feels authentically right for you. For instance, if you deeply value honesty, you'll consistently choose to tell the truth, even when it's incredibly difficult. Or, if adventure sets your soul ablaze, you might prioritize a job that allows you to travel, rather than one that shackles you to a desk. Here's the tricky part. Sometimes, the values you think you live by aren't actually your true values. Perhaps they're ideas you passively absorbed from family, friends, or the endless streams of social media. 2. Here is a craze, and if you're living by values that don't genuinely align with who you are, things will inevitably feel off. You might find yourself trapped in a job you despise, in relationships that don't feel right, or simply feeling perpetually confused and lost. That's why it's absolutely paramount to get crystal clear on what truly matters to you. And we're talking about things you deeply and personally consider important, not just what society tells you you're supposed to value. It's not about impressing others or ticking prescribed boxes. It's about understanding what genuinely ignites your spirit. Once you identify your authentic values, decision-making transforms. You gain an unwavering internal guide that effortlessly helps you navigate life's complex paths. It's like having a personalized, intuitive GPS for your unique journey. And when you begin making decisions rooted in what truly matters to you, life doesn't just become easier, it becomes immeasurably more meaningful. You won't simply be going through the motions. You'll be actively building a life that is profoundly authentic and perfectly right for you. Closing. These aren't easy truths. They demand introspection, courage, and a willingness to challenge deeply ingrained beliefs. But by truly engaging with these ideas, by caring selectively, embracing discomfort, and owning your reality, you don't just find solutions. You unlock a profound, authentic path to a life that is not merely good, but truly meaningful and uniquely powerful.